Ladies and gentlemen, Kim here. Welcome to the daily update. Hope you guys had a good day trading today. Market is down about 0.6% there. On the S&P Nasdaq 0.8%, semiconductor 1.7%, Dow 1.4% negative. Russell 2000 also down. Transport green, banks, energy down along the home builders, utilities, biotech, healthcare, retail, emerging market guys are a little bit green. Bitcoin up, gold, silver miners are down, dollar down, oil up, treasury bond up. VIX is down a little bit. Let's stick with S&P 500 ETF. Spider! 65-minute chart here. So this is what we closed yesterday. And looks like we actually saw a little bit of up move. And with the Fed minutes today, some shenanigans has occurred. But what I did want to talk about today, because we talked about this coiling setup right here. I thought this was very, very interesting. So I'm going to go right into it. So you can see this is what I call coiling setup here. The oscillator kind of coils up and down here in the middle of nowhere. You can see in the middle section of it, kind of happening here, right? Sort of like bearish divergence some sort. But here it's very, very interesting because you can see with that coiling setup, what happened if we kind of observe the price action here real quick. Very, very similar to what we witnessed today. So you can see right here, this is, you can see right there, this is where it closed on that day. This was back in what, October 17th. What happened was we saw very significant gap up, right? Very similar to what we saw yesterday or a couple of days ago. And then quickly, it faded, right? And then what happened was we kind of zigzagged for several days, actually entire week here, holding above the mid-term moving average right here. So you can see that was that kind of a volatility for several days after that big gap up, right? I'm going to get back to today's price action. You will see. And while we're seeing that price action, what happened with the oscillator, it kind of start again, still coiling here. And once we broke above of that coiling setup right here above that resistance, that's right here. As you can see, market did see that kind of a bullish buying pressure for about a week and a half or so. So going into today's current price action, very similar. It's very interesting how this thing kind of played out in the last several days. Again, another very similar coiling setup here, right? The oscillator kind of coils back and forth. What happens to see a very significant gap up? We fades right away and feel the entirety of that up gap. And then we kind of make that move, and you can see that volatility that we saw just in the last couple hours. So it's very, very similar to what we witnessed in early October. You can see that oscillator still coiling here. So obviously just because it happened in October does not mean it's going to happen, but it will be crucial if we do see this oscillator breaking above this falling oscillator resistance. There's a good chance like we've seen in early October, where we could potentially see a couple weeks of rallies to the upside. However, if this setup doesn't play out, if the bears bring this oscillator back down, and you can see we have the midterm moving average right on that today, that's where we found support. You can see, right, that tankage on that 5th hour, we managed to hold just right above, and we closed above the midterm move, that pink dotted moving average. We closed above that moving average. You can see that micro-term moving average acted as a resistance on that last hour. That's where we saw that fade, and that oscillator still curling down, favoring the sellers going into tomorrow. So I'm kind of looking into more of a little bit bigger picture. I'm looking into kind of what could potentially happen next couple weeks. So it's very important that we kind of keep an eye on this oscillator and the price action among these both of these moving averages. That's really going to be a good tell how this market behave for the rest of this month. I'm going to come back for you. We'll reassess the situation. Enjoy your evening golf training tomorrow.
You have another question? Sure, I got one question for you. It's, can you deal with that? You have another question? Sure, I got one question for you. It's, can you deal with that?